Do you suffer from leg inflammation and are over the age of 50? This video is for you. I wanted to make this video because I am someone who deals with a lot of leg inflammation problems. I don't have the strongest legs, I don't have the biggest legs, but I do run, and whether it be far or short, I always notice that I have some sort of leg inflammation problems. And I also know the older you get, the higher the risk or the more increased it becomes, especially if you aren't as active. It does make your day-to-day life a little bit harder, and if there's people like caretakers that are taking after you, add up into their life, if that makes sense too. If you currently have leg inflammation, please implement this into your everyday life. See the results that you get. Hope you guys enjoy. My goal with this video is that by the end of this, you're gonna have the exact knowledge you need to know to reduce leg inflammation, keep active, and most importantly, live longer. Live longer, man. Or girl, whatever. Just live freaking longer. So that way, you know, you can, live longer. Fun fact, 1 in 20 adults are at risk of CVI. However, the older you get, the higher at risk you become. What the hell is CVI? CVI stands for chronic venous insufficiency, which is a condition in which veins have a problem moving back to the heart. It's also known as chronic venous stasis or post-thrombotic syndrome. It most often affects veins in the legs. So what's the #1 reason for leg inflammation for adults 50 and up? 2 words: venous insufficiency. What does that mean? It is when your leg veins, like the blue veins, they don't allow blood flow back up to your heart. This can cause what they call a pool of blood, which can collect in your leg. Most people understand that as blood clot, lead to a stroke, heart attack, stuff like that. Best thing about leg inflammation, you can't die from it. It's just one of those uncomfortable misfortunes you have to deal with. Here are some common ways to get leg inflammation, and I've broken them down between main causes for women and then as a group, both men and women. For women, it's really common for through pregnancy or menstruation. People in general though, obesity, blood clot, varicose vein, your family history in general, your family history of varicose vein. What are varicose veins? Are swollen, twisted veins that lie just under the skin, and you can see them in the graphics that I'm pulling up right now. So the nice thing about this is that if your family in general suffers from varicose vein, you're someone that notices this at a young age, you can totally help it out from a young age, because then you can talk to a doctor about all the things that you can do to best prevent these types of things from happening to you. Here are the most common ways to reduce or avoid CVI. Compression socks, they are specifically designed to apply pressure to your lower leg. It helps maintain blood flow and it reduces swelling, but it also comforts the leg and the overall flow of the blood flow. Another thing you can do to help yourself is elevate your legs. This can be with a pillow on the side of your couch. It can literally be you laying on the floor and just propping your legs up. What this does is allows blood flow to flow back to the heart without any extra work. Basically not fighting gravity, because the more it fights, it actually ends up stressing out the muscle, and it ends up kind of messing up the blood flow too, which can obviously in return have inflammation. You want to elevate your legs, like I said. This allows for smoother flow, it reduces swelling, and brings fresh oxygenated blood. It brings fresh and oxygenated blood to the limbs, which is perfect because you always want fresh things, new blood, and all that good stuff. So elevating your legs is just one of those very simple and effective ways that you can honestly do multiple times a day. And moisturizing the skin. Depending on the type of moisture you have, it is meant to seep into the skin and allow the muscles to decompress. How this happens is the ingredients in the moisture will work to prevent cramping, swelling, and inflammation. So what I personally recommend, as you see, I have a sleeve tattoo. I like to use a lot of hemp moisture lotion. That is one of the perfect, it's probably the go-to for any type of muscle soreness or fatigue. When you use that, you can definitely expect to start seeing less pain, like basically automatically. I would recommend any type of hemp moisturizing skin. Make sure it has hemp, because hemp is the key ingredient that makes you calm. In my opinion, best way for overall recovery, but it's probably also the most expensive. And the reason why you'll see right here. Getting any type of intermittent pneumatic compression devices, short IPC. We're just gonna keep it IPC. What the hell does that mean? The Normatec leg compression boost that you've seen on Amazon. Heated leg massager. You might have seen this because it just came out. The new LegXercise MAX. I personally use like a massage gun that has a bunch of different attachments that you can use. It also has different settings on it, so more intense, less intense. Another thing that I actually just found with all my research with this is you can ask your doctor about a tool called Flowtriever. It's a non-surgical remover of Ebola and thrombi from the blood vessels. Basically, eject all the bad shit from your legs. It's going to take out all the junk, anything that is necessarily preventing the blood flow from actually circulating in your legs. That's what it's gonna do. Best part about it, it's small and it's pretty convenient. So last but certainly not least, we're gonna talk about tight clothes, specifically around the waist and the heel. Common sense would have this, but I'm gonna explain it anyway. The tighter things are around you, the tighter the circulation is. Yeah! The other best way of avoiding this type of stuff is to just exercise consistently. Do what you can do, avoid it best, and just consistently get at it. If you are 50 and up, here are some free and easy exercises to avoid CVI. Stay active, walk around at least 3 times a day. Go outside, man, get that sun. Vitamin D. Vitamin D is one of the most natural things that you can get that is going to keep your body young, fresh, and keep you living longer. When sitting, you want to keep your legs elevated. If you can't keep them elevated, you want to keep them at least swaying. One of the things that I recommend, IPC. This would be perfect if you are someone that lives in like an assisted living facility. This would be perfect for you. Be like a warm salt bath. The reason is because that the salt actually engages the muscles. It's going to seep into the skin without you even noticing it, and eventually, because your legs are probably going to be elevated in the tub or they're just going to be out, what's going to happen is the salt goes around into the legs, seeps into the skin, and again relaxes all of the blood flow. Anything that's tight, any muscle tissues, any small tendons, anything like that, it's gonna completely just and boom. Final thing, it's free, makes people feel pretty good from what I've seen and heard. But do light exercise and yoga. If you are 50 or up, chances of you doing some type of high intensity training are probably slim, depending on the type of lifestyle that you have. Most people, light exercise and yoga is definitely appealing to them, and it's going to keep your body moving, heart rate feeling good, and just when you move your body in general, whether it be small movements or bigger movements, you feel good. Whole point to this, basically, keep your body moving, specifically your legs, and that's what's going to keep your legs from getting inflammation. Everybody!